Hey Beans! First of all, check out this awesome shirt. Go ahead and buy your own in the link below. And second of all, this is another Julian 2 rant video where I'm going to be ranting for a long time about a topic that means a lot to me. So go ahead and play some Animal Jam or just keep watching. I'll put some cool visuals up on screen. But strap yourself in, because this is a pretty cool futuristic look ahead at what Animal Jam might have planned for the game based on what they've been doing recently. So, I just uploaded another rant video about why I think Animal Jam trading is dead. But after reflecting on this for a few days and reading this amazing email from Wheat Germ, I've actually come to a little bit of a deeper conclusion, which is that Animal Jam trading is dead, and that Animal Jam is actually using this to their advantage to rework the entire rarity system and redo pretty much everything that has to do with rares in Animal Jam to kind of benefit them a little more and to redo things to try and address scamming and item duplicators a little bit more, because item duplicators are a huge problem in the game right now, and the way that they're looking to address this might just fix it. Animal Jam releases a lot of one-time only featured items in the diamond shop, and then they stick the rare tag on them. Animal Jam also recently stuck the rare tag at a bunch of old summer carnival items and is now putting them individually on a bunch of random adventure items, seemingly at random, like I said. They're just sticking rare tags on things for what seems like no good reason. Now, rare tags normally don't have any sort of effect. No one really cares whether an item says rare or not on it, and usually some of the rarest items don't even say rare on them because they're glitched or different colors or just weird items that Animal Jam has never decided to pin the rare tag on. There are quite a few of those. But it seems like Animal Jam is working to counteract that, because slowly over time, they're releasing certain den betas and glitched items that don't have the rare tag on them. I mean, recently we've seen things like River Race reappear, we've seen basketballs reappear, we've seen all these different items suddenly show up in shop, and it seems as though Animal Jam is trying to get rid of some of the old rares and instead gain a little bit more control over the rarity system themselves. And how are they doing this, you might ask? Well, they are releasing their own rare items to replace the old ones that they're slowly phasing out. And every single week it seems like an old item is phased out and a new item is brought in, and they're really appealing to kids. They know what kids like. They're releasing things like gloves and like rare custom top hats, different types of spiked collars and stuff. They know how to get kids to want rares, and they're releasing certain items that maybe someone will miss so much. You know, River Race had a lot of lore attached to it, but it wasn't that cool of an item. A basketball was just a basketball, and it was only cool because it was rare. And they're kind of getting rid of items that no one will really miss and replacing them with these brand new exciting items like the summer carnival items and these items they have to work for and get tickets for and do all these crazy things for to try and gain more control. Now again, the reason why they're doing this could be for a few reasons. First of all, they could be looking for money. If they can make diamond shop rares worth more, they can make adventure rares worth more, and the only way to get adventure rares being a member, or summer carnival rares, which is the only way you can get them is by being a member, then all of a sudden they have this amazing tool at their disposal to use to incentivize membership and basically make trading in rares members only. That's really pessimistic though. So let's give Animal Jam the benefit of the doubt here and think about other ways they could be doing this. One of the other reasons they could be doing this is because of item duplicators. Now, item duplicators are a huge problem, but they're especially a huge problem when you have really old items that no one has seen in forever and you can't get more copies of. If they were to make summer carnival items and adventure items and things like that super rare, well, all of a sudden that's not as big of a deal, because when someone duplicates it, well, yeah, it's gonna hurt the game, but it's not the same as if someone duplicates a one-of-a-kind item. These are items you can work towards and actively achieve, so by adding a few more into the game through people cheating here and there very rarely, it's not going to screw up the rarity system like item duplicators would when you have one or two of a certain kind of item, and items are very rare. So the question is this a bad thing? That's always the question when Animal Jam messes with the rarity system, because the rarity system, as I've said in previous videos, is huge. It is the core of the Animal Jam older player fan base, and that's a big part of the game nowadays. So, why is Animal Jam seemingly trying to push out some of these old players by messing with the rare system and possibly screwing it up? Because the rare system really worked because Animal Jam stayed out, and they just items were items. And Animal Jam wasn't touching them, and they could be their own items, and it was completely up to the players what things were worth. But now Animal Jam is kind of sticking its hands in the rarity system every once in a while and changing a few things around, and it's a lot less fun, and there's not as much to do when Animal Jam does stuff like that. So even if Animal Jam is doing this for something like stopping item duplication or making scamming less effective, well, is that really a good thing? Because inherently, by making these diamond shop items rarer, they're making a little bit more money. And listen, I have no problem with Animal Jam making money. If they want to release new stuff for members or something, go ahead. It is their discretion. They can put update time into whatever they want to do. What I have a little bit of a problem with is when they do things like actively take things away from non-members. Like when they say, oh, actually, you know what? Never mind, you guys can't have free chat. And that chat log, well, actually, we're going to take that away too. Well, you know, jamograms, maybe you guys actually can't send text in those. Stuff like that, where they're just actively taking things away that they originally had. Now, I may not be totally accurate on that. I played since the beta, so a lot of the things I'm remembering you can do as a non-member were probably things that you can do in the beta. But no matter what the point is, they have done some things like that where they've taken things away from non-members. And that is kind of pushing a line. And the other line is when Animal Jam kind of ruins any sort of fun for anyone to make money. Again, if Animal Jam wants to release a new animal for members only and charge 1,000,000 diamonds, go ahead, you just don't have to buy it. But when Animal Jam is actively taking something away to try and make money, that is a problem. And Animal Jam right now is taking away the entire rarity system to make a little bit of money through the diamond shop. You can't subvert fun in exchange for money. The entire fun of the rarity system, as I've said, was Animal Jam staying out of it. And now that they're getting into it to try and make a little bit of money off of it, it's losing its fun. And that's not fun. And this is also super artificial. These items aren't rare. This is why Animal Jam needs to stay out of this stuff, because just adding a rare tag to something or putting a really high price tag on something doesn't really make it rare. Items need to become rare and be cool and have time to grow and have people make legends and lore about them and like get stories told about them, about crazy scams that happened or certain people that were hacked, or like, you know, this is awful, but items were so cool and they were like hacked from random beta accounts or hadn't been seen in years. But to just have this monotonous cycle of, oh, this item says rare on it and Animal Jam tells me it's rare, so therefore I must buy it, spend my money on it, and then it will be rare, and then I will wait and wait and wait and wait until Animal Jam tells me it's rare, and then I will trade it away for another item that Animal Jam also tells me is rare. That's not nearly as exciting as this sort of like crazy unpredictable market. And the same thing goes for when Animal Jam is releasing items into store. That's totally artificial. That just ruins the whole natural progression of rares and the fun that comes with them, of the unpredictability of like things jumping and fluctuating in value and like what's happening at the top ranks. If you just release an item, all of a sudden you're like send 30 people just crashing down in the rarity system. That's not fun. That's totally artificial. That's just messing around with everything that's going on and everyone that's having fun. However, that's not to say I don't think Animal Jam shouldn't introduce new rares or try to do new things. I mean, things like Rare Item Mondays were a great idea. They were things that were for gems and sometimes for non-members that everyone could get and eventually would become rare. They were a way for new jammers to have a predictable item that would be rare. But again, they were for gems, and like 1 out of every 10 was for non-members. So they were actually kind of fair and kind of fun for everyone. And yeah, they gave them a little bit of money, which I'm okay with because everyone was having fun and no one was losing anything. So Julian, what are we losing now? We're losing development time. Everything is going into the diamond shop to make these rares that are coming out for 3 days. Why? Why? We could have items that are staying in the gem store forever, and some of these items could be non-member, but as soon as there's diamonds attached and membership attached, Animal Jam just pumps it out, and I feel like we're not getting anything new and exciting, especially when to stay for a little bit. These things just disappear and everyone forgets about them within a week, just because Animal Jam is hoping for that one item that'll take off, like the custom, what were they called? The custom top hat, magenta top hats, you know what I'm talking about, took off, and now they're actually kind of rare and people really want them, but that doesn't happen. It doesn't happen all the time. I mean, no one's gonna think about the unicorn glove in a month. It's just gonna be dead. It's gonna be wasted development time that could have been thrown in Jamal clothing and someone else could have enjoyed. And also, I don't have a problem with Animal Jam making new rares or influencing the system a little bit if they want to add new rares, not by releasing them randomly or like just making them available for a few days, but doing things like alpha swords, like rare adventure prizes, like new sky high prizes. It was not very funny when Animal Jam released worn blankets and non-member swords into sky high and kind of ruined the whole thing, or like spikes into adventures. But when they add new and exciting things like the alpha sword, like the pet ladybug, like any of those promo gifts, those are fine. Those are fun. Those are adding new things into the game that are hilarious, cool, fun, tradable, rare. All of those amazing characteristics that characterize Animal Jam, and a lot of the time they're creative too, are available if you just spend a little money on these real life pets. And that's kind of cool because you collect enough of these real life pets, it's like a game, and you can get this awesome, sick sword. But anyone can do that. Member, non-member, you give them a little money and they make a little money, but you get these real life things in return, and then you also get to have this cool prize at the end that can actually be rare. And it's a way for people to be able to become rare and work towards it, but not have this feel like this artificial waiting game. And I just don't like how artificial that feels. I wish those cool things would be available forever, like the Alpha Sword, because some of the Diamond Shop items are really cool, but they're really annoying and awful in principle. So essentially what I'm saying here is if Animal Jam wants to make money off of kids enjoying rares, do things like release really rare adventure prizes, or like things you have to grind for over and over and over. Don't just throw these cool new items in like hidden passageways. Make their rare drops or something fun, where sure, maybe you still have to pay membership to get it, but you don't have to like actively invest your money into it and then have it disappear within a few days. It's a waste of development time, and it's a huge waste of our time, because when people work so hard for these rares and then they're released, it's just wasting everyone's time. No one is happy about these things. I mean, sure, there are people who are like, yay, I have a spike, but soon enough they realize, oh, these spikes aren't that cool anymore. And all of a sudden, what's the difference between a normal spike and a diamond shop spike? I mean, items don't even have to be rare for people to want to buy them. Those diamond shop spikes were super, super popular. People still wear them to this day. And even though they've been released a few times since they came out and they're not that rare anymore, people wear them all the time because they're cool. And people wear spiked colors because they're cool, not just because they were rare. I mean, when they were rare, people used to wear them all the time, but because they're just cool, people still wear them to this day, even though you can just get them in the Forgotten Desert, and it's really not too difficult. So make a few more items like that, where maybe you have to pay, but they don't disappear very quickly, and they come back, and like, they're fun and exciting. It's a very difficult situation we have ourselves in. Again, I don't know what Animal Jim's plan is. This is all speculation, but I am a little infuriated that the rare tag is just being tossed around on items that are only there for like 2 days, because that feels very artificial. That's basically the thesis of this video. So anyways, Beans, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.